is Samuel, and welcome to Embody Harmonics Yoga. In our last episode, we talked about finding a comfortable seat so that the body can relax a little more efficiently so that we can engage in our meditation or pranayama practice. Today I want to take that a little farther and share a technique that I call scanning and releasing the body. Our body is the portal through which we experience the world. And our bodies are processing the sensation of being on this planet all day, whether we're aware of it or not. And what can happen is that when we're not aware of the sensations running through our body, and the body is trying to process those sensations, things can get stuck. There can be tension that never gets relieved, and that tension can build up over time, and it can start to have an effect on our overall health. So, this technique is designed to begin the process of building a mind-body connection and practice the art of letting go. So, find a comfortable seat and then close your eyes. And start by just taking a deep breath in and a long breath out, right? Sometimes we just have to clear the air to start to focus. And then start to notice your toes. Notice whether the toes are feeling your socks or shoes, or if your legs are crossed, they may be pressing against the opposite leg. And then start to notice the sole of your foot. Become aware of the top of your foot and the ankle, and then everything from the toes to the ankle. And if it's not easy, it's okay. Just use your imagination to begin. And with practice, you'll start to feel yourself from the inside out. Imagine from the ankle, sweeping up the calf and up the shin into the knee. And feel the full length from the toes to the knee. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, soften your entire lower leg from the knee down the calf and shin, out through the sole of the foot, and out through the toes. And become aware of your thighs, the fronts and the backs of your thighs, and where your legs plug into your hips. Take a breath in and sweep your awareness from your toes, up the sole of the foot, into the ankle, up the calves and the shins, through the knees, through the thighs, up into the hips. And with your exhale, soften your hips, down the thighs to the knees. Soften your calves and your shins, down the ankle, out the feet and the toes. Now start to feel your groins and your lower back sweeping up into the belly button. Feel your belly all the way up to the lower ribs, and your back all the way up to the lower ribs. Take a deep breath in, scan yourself from the toes, up the feet, the ankles, up the shins to the knees, up the thighs into the hips, from the hips up into the lower belly, all the way up to the lower ribs. And with your exhale, soften from the lower ribs, washing down the hips, out the thighs, out the knees, down the calves, out the feet and the toes. Now start to feel your rib cage. Those bottom ribs are pretty mobile and can stretch as you breathe. Feel the breath coming up underneath your armpits and up underneath your chest, into the shoulders. And then take a deep breath in from your toes, up the feet, the ankles, up the calves and shins, into the knees, up the thighs, into the hips, through the groins, the lower belly, sipping the breath up, all the way into the rib cage. And then when you exhale, relax the shoulders, the rib cage, down the belly, the lower back, the hips, out the thighs, the knees, down the calves, out the feet and the toes. Become aware of your shoulders, moving down your arms to your elbows. And from the elbows down the forearms to the wrists. Feel your palms and your fingers, the entire length of your arm, from your shoulder all the way down to the fingertips. And inhale from your toes, up the feet and the ankles, through the calves and the shins, up to the knees, through the thighs, up into the hips. From the hips, up the groins, into the lower belly, into the lower ribs and the rib cage, through the shoulders, down the arms to the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the palms, the fingers. And as you exhale, soften everything from your fingertips, up the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, down the rib cage, belly, lower back, out the hips. Releasing the legs to the ankle and release your feet, softening it all. And finally, become aware of your throat and your jaw. Soften your throat and your jaw and the back of your neck. Become aware of the muscles of your face and your expression. And feel your scalp and every follicle of hair. And with your inhale, draw the breath up the toes, the feet, the ankles, the legs, to the knees and the hips, up through the groins, the belly, to the bottom ribs, up your back into your rib cage. Draw the awareness out the shoulders, down to the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the palms, the fingers. Sweep the awareness up the neck, the throat, jaw, up the face, and to the crown of the head. And then soften the crown of the head. All the expression slides off the face. Relax the tongue and the mouth, the jaw, the neck, down the shoulders, the arms, relaxing your ribs and the belly. Releasing your hips and the legs, out the knees, out the ankles, out the feet, and out your toes. And take one more cycle of breath and bring a little movement into your fingers, just to start to wake the body up again. And notice how you feel now. Notice your body and your mind. And if you were able to make a shift, even with this short, simple meditation, Let your eyes open, come back into the room. So for some of us, that in and of itself is a pretty good meditation and something you might stick with for a while. Just beginning to develop that relationship with the body, so that when we're moving about the planet and things happen and emotion starts to come up and our body's processing, we can be an active participant in letting go of the tension, so that it doesn't get stuck and harden in our body. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear any questions and comments. If you would like to try one of my supervised live online yoga classes, there is a link to a complimentary class in the description below. And of course, please, if you liked the video, remember to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you soon.